It's time now for our North Fayette Valley coach conversation with head coach Justin Hines. And coach, you're still down a few kids out of your regular lineup. Looks like your kids fought hard, but came up a little short against Independence last Friday night. What'd you take away from that game?
Yeah, played pretty hard. Real happy with the kids that got a chance to get in there and play. But we knew Independence had big play potential, and we had to take that away. And it got away from us a few times, and didn't really see Beatty carrying the ball 37 times, but they did what they needed to do, and we were able to pass the ball a little bit and keep ourselves in the game, and a couple big turnovers, and just couldn't pull through in the end.
I guess ultimately it's probably tough to win when you turn the ball over 5 times. Is that fair to say?
For sure, yeah, and then just to give us our chance. I mean, I got to commend Cale Burrow on the job he did at quarterback and being thrown in there and asking him to throw the ball that much when we couldn't really sustain a running game. But for the most part, he did a really good job.
Running wise, Lucas Lau had another nice night, 120 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He's had a pretty good season. What's made it work for him?
Yeah, he just runs hard every time. He takes what they'll give him, and if it's 5 yards here and 5 yards there, he'll do it. He's not a huge game breaker, but he gets some big runs, just trusting his holes and trusting the guys and following blocks.
And you got the big guys in with the running game with Cale Rogers as well. Can't go wrong with a big guy touchdown or even two of them, right?
Nope, a couple of them. Just needed the bigger fullback in there to kind of make away himself, and just brought in an extra lineman and then moved him back to fullback, and probably did it 10 to 15 times Friday night, and he was blocking most of the time, but gave him the ball a few times too.
And you got your final regular season game this week. What do you want to see out of your team, and how have these kids that have gotten the opportunities these last couple of weeks grown these last couple of weeks in their opportunities?
Yeah, just having those guys at practice and being able to practice with the first team reps has been huge, and giving those guys that much more experience. Walk-on's pretty good, and Welch is really good at quarterback there, so we're gonna have our hands full in that regard. But just seeing these guys grow and play better in their spot and show that they're taking their coaching to heart and getting better that way and keep building. And when we get these guys back, hopefully we have a pretty good team together for first round.
And I know a couple weeks ago, a lot of those guys were thrown into positions really on game day. How much did they grow last week actually getting to practice those positions for 4 days prior to game day?
Yeah, that really helped. Still got our eyes lost a couple times on defense, but blocking assignment wise on offense and just knowing like pass routes and stuff like that was a huge improvement. If we'd have had that the week before, I'd have felt pretty good.
Walk on your opponent this week. What impresses you the most about the Indians?
We were talking. We think Welch is probably the best quarterback we might have faced in maybe forever or a really long time. And the way he's running with it now is really hard to defend with the pass routes they run, and just he makes them really tough to defend. And then they get after it on defense and make things real hard for you. So we'll definitely have our hands full.
All right, Coach, keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck this week.
Sure. Thanks, Darren.
Justin Hines, North Fayette Valley Coach Conversation.